Hi there. This is Tech Talks by George and District 80 for Toastmasters here in Central Florida. Today, we're going to discuss how we can use the Zoom polling feature to help us with our Toastmaster Club meetings. Let's take a look at it. Let's go over to zoom.us, C-O-M.US. Here we are. I will go to my account. See it pop up right here. I'm going to go over to settings. And in settings, I'm going to click on basic. And just a few scrolls down, I can see if I'm set up for polling. And you can see it right here. And I am indeed. So this is clicked on. If you don't have this, then you're in the free account and you just don't have the ability to do polling. But most Toastmaster clubs are using the paid account because we go over the 40-minute time frame that are typical of Toastmaster meetings. Now, having done that, I'm going to scroll back up to the top, right up here, and I'm going to go to meetings because I want to get to the polling area. And to do that, there's three different ways. We can click on a previous meeting, we can schedule a meeting and scroll down, or here's a recurring meeting. I'm going to click on that, and then I'll find my polling, all of my polling at the bottom. So if I scroll down, here's all of my polling. And I want to show you two things today, and they're both on table topics. Speakers and evaluators, those voting methods are very simple because they're set. Your speakers typically don't change, or your evaluators. But on table topics, you don't know who's going to be talking and in what order. So I've made up a generic one that looks like this. It just says speaker 1, table topic speaker 2, and so on, all the way down. You can have as many as 10 table topic speakers or 10 questions in any of these polling setups. But this works well, and I will show you in a minute when we get over into the Zoom platform itself and look at that. I'm going to close this. And here's one where you could do it by name and topic. Here's the drawback to doing it this way. Only the host can do the editing, and the editing has to be done on the fly because you don't know who the table topic speakers are, but the host could type them in during the meeting. It's a little bit more cumbersome. It comes out nice and clean like this. So if your host has the time, then they can do it this way. And I'll show you why I like the other way. We've looked at those two table topic setups. Now, let me draw your attention to this. I'm not going to be coming back to this, but you can see I'm working on the word of the day where you could have that set up. You can have the definition of the word of the day up there. Well, that's a couple other things, and as well as moments of truth. And you see I have a whole series of moment of truth questions ready to go for any future moment of truth meetings. All right, now we're going to take ourselves back over to the Zoom platform and continue from there. Here we are in Zoom, and we're going to go to polling. We're going to launch one of those polls. You can see here my moment of truth polls, but no, that isn't what we're doing today. We are going to go to our generic table topic question. So I bring that up. Here they all are. And we will launch that. On my wife's computer, I was able to screen capture what this looks like on her side. And there's two different ways. You could remind everyone who speaker 1 was, who speaker 2 was, who speaker 3 was, and so on. But here's another way that I came across when I was over. I went to a Toastmaster meeting in Japan recently, and they were bringing up, they had the timer bring up their timers report on screen. They shared their screen with their timers report. And then they launched the table topic poll that you see here. And in doing so, it was easy to be reminded who spoke first or second or third, and even what they talked about. A very efficient way of making this a more streamlined way of doing polling for best table topics. I would suggest you try this one out. So let me hit end poll here, and you can see here's another thing. Immediately my screen says share results. I don't advise that we share results. We don't want to discourage any members who might not have gotten any votes. So if you just announce them, or what you typically do is to message or text or email or private chat the results over to the Toastmaster of the day to announce the winners. So that would work a lot better. You can use this not only for polling, as you saw. I'm using it for moments of truth. I've used it a couple times for that, and now I'm working on the word of the day to have that posted up big and bold, like you can see here, and maybe even take that a step further as I develop it. I hope that you can see how using polling effectively will help you as an online Toastmaster. We'll see you next time.